Hi, this is Darla Ledoux, founder of Aligned Entrepreneurs and author of Retreat and Grow Rich. And we're here to talk about evolving your lens and evolving your client base in your business as you grow. In this video, we'll talk about what happens when a new vision calls to you. We'll talk about how to release clients that no longer fit the vision in an aligned way. And we'll actually talk about why this is a perfect part of the process of being in a growth-driven business. Does that sound good? Awesome. Okay, so this article is really coming to you inspired by watching my clients grow and having the conversations with them that are some of my favorite conversations to have, even though they're not always the most fun conversations when you're moving through it. So here's what happens is you get a vision for what's possible. And it could be something personally for you, like you're feeling called to evolve maybe the way that you look or where you live or how you relate to money and abundance and finances. And you're really going to a new level of expansion or maybe integrity with who you are, or maybe you're integrating something into the way you work that kind of shifts the focus of your work. For example, let's say you're integrating in mind-body work. And movement and health and wellness are now really important to you personally, and they didn't used to be a part of your business, for example. Or I have a client who's really expanding the way she works with her clients, where she used to do a lot of stuff for her clients, and now she's really focusing on guiding the vision of her clients. So it's a pretty big shift, right? So as a new vision emerges and you start to shift into a more expanded way for spirit to use you on the planet, okay? So it's not like you're elevating like one is better than the other, but you've grown into being someone who can be used by spirit in a more expanded way in the way you work. And when you do that, often that comes with an associated raising of your rates or the investment for someone to work with you, and also increasing the commitment level that you're expecting from your clients. So what happens here is you see the vision, and then in order to execute that vision or be the person who can do that work, you have to energetically align with being that person. And when you do that, an interesting thing happens. Sometimes your current clients they signed on with you because they actually intuitively knew you were going to this level. And they're like so excited. They are ready to go there with you. They want you to expand so they get access to that new energy that you're bringing forward. And they're like, woohoo, let's go. Other times, some of your clients, they're going to see you grow and they're going to hit their own threshold for their growth, right? Maybe where you're moving to now isn't what they originally signed up for, or maybe the way you're working now isn't what they actually need, right? And they're no longer going to be a fit for where you're going. Now, when this happens, when you're a heart-centered entrepreneur and you love your work and you love your clients and your word and your integrity is so important to you, this can be a real challenge. And I've worked with enough clients now through this process to know that our ego wants to hold on to all of those clients, right? And our ego actually made an agreement with their ego. Right? So in the example of the client who was doing done-for-you work for people, her ego said, I can help you, I can rescue you, I can save you from having to do this stuff. And the client's ego said, oh, please, yes, I am helpless, I can't do this for myself, please do this for me. And then they created an egoic relationship, right? Now, egos aren't bad, this isn't judging, right? But the part of them that was playing small in their mind hired the part of you that's playing small in your mind and came to this agreement, right? And that's all working just fine until you're called to here. And this person isn't ready to go there yet. So what do we do? What do we do? If you're in this place and it's feeling sticky, you want to actually make a list. You want to do an audit of each of your current clients. So you're going to make a list of your current clients and you're going to ask, what is it that they really hired me for? Okay. And you're going to literally list this out. And then you're going to ask yourself to rate each client on a scale of 1 to 10. How much do they want to go where I'm going now? And if that's not at least an 8, you want to start having conversations to renegotiate your agreements with those clients and let some of those clients go. If they're not going where you want to take them, here's what happens. And this happens all the time, right? Remember, we're heart-centered, we're committed, all of that. We feel bad changing. We don't want, and most of us have some kind of abandonment issue or something from childhood where someone changed, they didn't follow through on what they said. And so we never want to be that person for our client, right? And so we don't want to actually have the conversation to say, here's where I'm growing to, does this new format fit for you or not? And so people keep dragging along clients that are no longer resonating with the energy of where they're going. And this takes a toll. So here you are trying to build up here, but so much of your time is being invested in an agreement that's holding this energy. And that is very, very hard. And most people, they want to develop this before they let this go. Now, that could be possible if the old clients get it. Right? If they're good energy, you enjoy working with them, they bring you up when you're in conversation with them. But most often, if it's one of those agreements where your ego said, let me help you, and their ego said, please help me, you can't keep that client around and go here. And so you want to systematically let them go. And why this is, and the way to do that in most alignment is to be really transparent and really clear with the person. And actually why this is so perfect is the process of having those conversations will actually solidify you being the person who's going here. So whether you've shifted who your star client is, whether you've increased the level of commitment you're expecting from your clients, or you're weaving in some other pillar to your work that's going to leave some people behind, just know that that process is beautiful and it's a part of you owning your own growth. And you're going to be tempted to stick your head in the sand and hope those clients disappear and not face it head on. But I encourage you to see that whole process as actually a part of evolving your lens of what you see in your business as you evolve your client base. I'd love to know your experience with this. Have you ever been at a place where you evolved your lens and your vision for your business and you've kind of had some stickiness with, well, what do I do now with what I've created? I'd love to hear. Go ahead and post a comment below, and I look forward to learning more on this topic from you. This is Darla Ledoux of Aligned Entrepreneurs, and we'll see you soon.